some of the players that aren't involved, and obviously in particular the situation of overseas players. Obviously been a lot of commentary recently about it, so I want to give our position on it, because it's obviously an important issue. It's something we've discussed a long time, and the policy was put in place in 2011, and the reason it was put in place was to protect the short, medium, long-term health of the English game, not just the English game, the English club game, but also the national team. And it's something, as you know, I've consistently supported, and it's supported by obviously the clubs, Premier Rugby, and RPA, etc. So it's a policy that New Zealand have, and we're the only two countries to have the policy, and we believe that it is an important one. The bottom line is we want to see all our players play for English clubs against each other. And this weekend's a case in point. Hugely excited about these semi-finals this weekend. There's about 30 members of our squad playing in these games where we can see them go head-to-head against each other. And I think having our players play for English clubs is a hugely important factor in the short, medium and long-term health of the English game. And we believe it's our responsibility as national coaches to protect that short, medium and long-term development. And the second point is, when the policy came out, there was a commitment from a group of players for the England team. And those players were in England at the time, or some made a decision to return to England. And through the last 3 years, we've committed together. They've dedicated their time into this shirt. And we believe that dedication and commitment would be eroded if we were to change the policy at this point in time, particularly in the knowledge that the situation inevitably would change after the World Cup, in that overseas players would not be available then to play for England again. French-based players, for example, would not be able to come to Australia on tour in 2016. And obviously within that, then you'd have a whole series of dynamics that we don't really want to go down the route of. So it's been a difficult decision, but we feel it's the right decision, both in the short term, the medium term, long term, notwithstanding the quality of players that we've got in this squad and that we've worked with for the last 3 years that will take us forward into hopefully a successful home World Cup. Yeah, I mean, it's always been there, but like I say, I think the quality of players we've got in the squad is very strong in the back row. We've picked 8 very, very good back row players, all of whom have a lot of international experience now. There's 1 or 2 younger lads who haven't had as many caps, but the Callum Clarks and Matt Kavesic certainly deserve their opportunity to be in there. Callum Clark, Players Player of the Year, Supporters Player of the Year at Northampton this year. Chris Robshaw, the captain. Tom Wood, obviously, James Haskell, etc. And obviously, someone like Dave Hughes, who's hugely unfortunate not to be in that 50. So I think we've got a lot of strong players in those positions. But I come back to the original point, is that the policy is in place to protect the national team, but also the long-term health of the English game. And I think that that for us was the overriding driver.